Hi, this is Sobat here, and thanks for joining me today. I'm going to do a painting demonstration with oil and cold wax, and I'm using this wood panel. It's got a gallery depth with which I've taped off so I don't get paint on the sides. I'm not sure what I want to do with those yet. Normally I work wet on wet in my demonstrations, but I thought today I would do a demonstration where I have some dry layers, and I'm going to then add some extra mediums and techniques that you can only really do when a painting is at least somewhat dry. So first I'm going to get this paint here on my panel. I'm using a phthalo blue and a burnt sienna. These are both mixed with, all the paint I'm using today will be mixed 50-50 with cold wax medium. I like to get the whole panel just covered in color. A lot of people will do one layer and then they go back and do another layer and scratch out some, and I occasionally do that, but a lot of times I like the look or the effect that I get with more than one color. Sometimes it'll prompt some ideas. I get some happy surprises, so hopefully that'll happen today. If not, we'll work around it. And I'm using my squeegee here to kind of blend everything in and get some coverage on this panel. Now when you get excess paint on your squeegee, you can just take a palette knife, scrape it off, and put it to the side. You can use it again later. There's no reason to waste it all. I've had a couple people ask me how you clean your tools, people that are new to cold wax, and it's really, really easy. If it's still wet, you can just wipe it off with a cloth or a paper towel. If it's dried on there, then a little bit of mineral spirits will take it off, or you can even use baby oil will take it off. Okay, so I'm getting this mostly covered. And I'm adding in, this is a creamy white. I'll just put some around various areas. This is really gonna pump it up. And you'll see when I go to blend it, it really makes a huge difference. Right now it's very dark and doesn't have a whole lot of depth, but here we go. See it just blending that white in really pulls out all kinds of interesting colors with the blue and the burnt sienna, various shades of blue and things. This is where it kind of comes alive. Okay, so now I'm kind of dragging it down. You can see I'm holding it like with my thumbs up and just kind of dragging it down, but gently, because I'm not looking to blend them. I just kind of want to pull it into other areas. And I'm going to leave some dark and some dark places so we have some contrast. And then some of it I'll blend in a little bit more together, so it's a little less contrast and a little more chill. Okay, now I'm gonna go back into some of these places and, like I said, blend them up a little bit more. I like to have some areas that are a little more calm. I'm guilty, I've said this before, but I'm guilty of having very busy paintings, and I'm sure this one will be no different, but I'm trying to put in some places that are a little bit more relaxing. And you can get that by taming the contrast with a little bit extra blending. Okay, I kind of want to get up here a little bit. There's still lots of very dark blue. And basically, you just kind of go back and forth and try not to make it so that everything's all one direction. And that's kind of what I'm doing here. Yeah, see, I've got some areas now that are a little bit more relaxed. And I think it looks better. And I'm kind of going in and I'm actually kind of digging into some of that lower color. I want it to show. I'm not looking to cover it all up. I just I want so much of it and not all of it. Okay, now I'm using this scraper that has ridges in it, making some squiggly lines. And kind of get a little bit of directional thing going on so your eye kind of follows around on the canvas, or the panel in this case. And up. And smooth it out a little bit. It can be a little bit harsh, I think. Kind of like some of it to fade out a tad. Yeah, this is getting to be more where I want it to be. I'm using my favorite color palette. I just love phthalo blue with burnt sienna and a white or off-white. I just think it's I don't know, a real engaging color combination. Putting these circles in here with this lid. I'm starting to get this feel of, it reminds me of, U.S. postal stamp. They have the metered stamp. And I'm going to kind of go with that. I never know where I'm going with this. I just start doing it and see what comes together. Usually works out best for me that way. And so, kind of smoothing out some of these areas. I do a lot of tweaking. It may look like I'm just throwing paint on a canvas, but I actually do have a little bit of rhyme and reason for the things I do. I'm going to go in here and make some script with a skewer. I'm again going with this idea of a mailing of some sort, and so that kind of works with that, like someone has on a postcard or even a letter. And putting a little bit, like they have in the middle of the meter circle, there's usually a date or something. I just want to kind of suggest that, not make it really truly readable. And just soften up just a tad. Back in here and soften that blue just a little bit. Now I'm adding some white back in. I don't know, I just feel like it needed maybe a little bit more brightness up there. And more script. bit down here in the corner. And I'm going to let this sit overnight to do my other details. So please join me for part 2 of yours truly and see how I finish this up. Please visit my website, kimsobat.com, and my YouTube channel is Kim Sobat, where I have other painting demonstrations, how-tos, and a tour of my studio. If you're interested in having me come to your town and do an art workshop, please contact me at kim@kimsobat.com. Thanks for watching.